The secret to self-control. Have you ever pondered why some people can resist temptation so easily while others find it difficult to exercise restraint? Being able to exercise self-control in the face of constant distractions and temptations can change your life. However, what is the real key to self-control, and how can you use it to your advantage to accomplish your objectives? Come along on a voyage of discovery as we expose the secrets to self-control and useful techniques for fortifying your will. Are you prepared to discover the keys to developing self-control and leading a more purposeful, happy life? Success and fulfillment in today's environment are often attributed to one's capacity for self-control despite the abundance of distractions and temptations. Gaining control over our impulses, avoiding bad habits, and maintaining long-term objectives are just a few examples of how developing self-control may have a profound effect on all facets of our life. However, what is the key to exercising self-control exactly, and how can we develop this crucial quality? Let's examine some ideas from philosophy, psychology, and common sense to find the secrets of self-discipline. Understanding the nature of self-control. Recognizing self-control as a multifaceted psychological process that controls our capacity to control our thoughts, emotions, and behaviors is essential to understanding its nature. Psychological research indicates that self-control is a limited resource that can be exhausted with frequent use. This effect, called ego depletion, suggests that when we practice self-control in one aspect of our lives, it may reduce our ability to exercise self-control in other areas of our lives. Furthermore, a variety of factors, including as genetic predispositions, environmental cues, and individual variances in motivation and personality, influence self-control. We may take measures to preserve and refill this precious resource by being aware of our limits and comprehending the underlying principles that underlie self-control. This will enable us to make more thoughtful and efficient decisions as we work toward our objectives. The role of cognitive resources. Cognitive resources play a crucial role in self-regulation, providing insight into the ways in which our mental abilities influence our capacity to govern our behavior. The mental processes and abilities involved in impulse control, attentional management, and decision-making are referred to as cognitive resources. Psychological research has demonstrated that self-control activities demand a substantial amount of cognitive resources, especially those associated with executive processes including working memory, inhibitory control, and cognitive flexibility. When faced with circumstances that call for self-control, people must commit mental energy to stifle distracting ideas, resist desires, and stay focused on their objectives. However, sustained or intense attempts at self-control can result in a state of cognitive tiredness called as ego depletion, since cognitive resources are finite and can be exhausted through exertion. This depletion impairs our ability to exercise self-control in the future, making it more challenging to avoid temptation or make morally sound decisions. Knowing how cognitive resources contribute to self-control emphasizes how critical it is to properly allocate and manage our mental energy. We can improve our capacity for self-control and our ability to effectively pursue long-term goals by setting priorities, reducing distractions, and taking breaks to replenish our cognitive resources. By automating actions and lowering the need for conscious decision-making, routines and habits can also aid in the conservation of cognitive resources. The dynamic character of self-control is further highlighted by research indicating that variables including stress, exhaustion, and emotional state can affect the availability of cognitive resources. In difficult circumstances, techniques like stress reduction, getting enough sleep, and emotional control can support self-control and restore cognitive resources. The delicate relationship between cognitive processes and behavior regulation is shown by the significance of cognitive resources in self-control. People who are aware of the ways in which exercising self-control mobilizes and depletes cognitive resources can better manage their mental energy and make more disciplined decisions and accomplish their objectives. Strategies for enhancing self-control. Even though self-control can be difficult to achieve at times, there are useful techniques we can use to improve this crucial quality. 1. Establish specific, measurable goals. Having well-defined goals gives you direction and clarity, which helps you stay motivated and focused even in the face of distractions. 2. Create habits. By automating desired activities, creating positive habits lessens the need for willpower. We gradually strengthen self-discipline by continuously engaging in healthy behaviors, such as getting regular exercise or making sleep a priority. 3. Engage in mindfulness practice. By encouraging self-awareness and emotional control, mindfulness meditation helps us to watch our thoughts and urges without acting on them. This increased awareness gives us the ability to resist automatic habits and instead make deliberate decisions. 4. Establish the ideal environment. We can strengthen self-control by planning our surroundings to reduce distractions and temptations. Whether it's clearing out the cupboard of unhealthy snacks or designating a specific area for concentrated work, making the most of our surroundings can help us maintain our discipline. 5. Develop self-compassion. Resilience and self-compassion are fostered by accepting that failures are an inevitable aspect of learning. Rather than criticizing ourselves for moments of incontrol, we can learn to accept and be compassionate toward our flaws, which will help us get back up and keep going for our objectives. The wisdom of Stoicism. The wisdom of Stoicism provides ageless direction for overcoming life's obstacles with composure and resilience, as well as significant insights into the nature of self-control and personal discipline. Stoicism, which has its roots in ancient Greek philosophy and is personified by thinkers like Epictetus, Seneca, and Marcus Aurelius, argues that developing virtues in our character and mastering our own minds are the paths to ultimate freedom and inner serenity. The idea that we should accept things that are outside of our control with composure and concentrate on the aspects of our thoughts, attitudes, and deeds that we can control is fundamental to Stoic philosophy. This idea, which is summed up in the well-known Stoic dictum, the dichotomy of control, emphasizes how important it is to focus our energies on the areas of life that we can control rather than worrying over uncontrollably occurring events. In addition, Stoicism emphasizes that the secret to living a good life is to cultivate characteristics like courage, temperance, wisdom, and justice. People can overcome harmful habits and impulses and achieve more emotional stability and mental clarity by exercising self-discipline and moderation. Furthermore, Stoics want to live virtuously and in accordance with moral standards in order to exemplify moral excellence and integrity in all facets of their lives. Moreover, Stoic philosophy promotes accepting misfortune as a chance for development and self-improvement. Stoics consider difficulties and disappointments as important chances to develop fortitude, tenacity, and character, rather than as insurmountable barriers. Through techniques like negative visualization, which entails planning for hardship and thinking through worst-case scenarios, Stoics develop the confidence and composure to confront life's obstacles. Furthermore, Stoicism encourages a sense of disengagement from material possessions and external results, highlighting the significance of discovering true satisfaction and contentment within oneself as opposed to looking outside oneself for approval or fulfillment. Stoics, in spite of life's ups and downs, achieve inner serenity and liberation from the tyranny of external circumstances by developing a mindset of detachment and non-attachment. Essentially, Stoic wisdom gives a comprehensive and useful method for practicing self-control and self-discipline. It also offers insightful advice on how to develop virtue, inner calm, and resilience in the face of life's difficulties. People can learn to master their own minds, conquer challenges, and live lives with more meaning, purpose, and fulfillment by adopting Stoic practices and ideals. Embracing the journey. Accepting the path of self-discipline and self-control is a life-changing experience that calls for endurance, self-awareness, and tolerance. Embracing the journey means realizing that self-improvement is a continuous process that is characterized by opportunities for learning, failures, and progress, rather than seeing it as a destination to be attained. Developing an attitude of curiosity and openness to new experiences is essential to enjoying the journey. Those who are dedicated to their own personal development tackle challenges with a spirit of adventure and discovery rather than obsessing about perfection or quick fixes. They see failures as important teaching moments, understanding that every challenge they face is a step toward improved resilience and self-control. Furthermore, developing self-compassion and kindness toward oneself is a necessary part of accepting the path. When faced with challenges, those who practice self-compassion provide themselves empathy and support instead of giving in to harsh judgment or self-criticism. They accept that failures and errors are inevitable parts of learning and show themselves the same compassion and understanding they would show a buddy going through a comparable ordeal. Developing an attitude of thankfulness and appreciation for the advancements gained along the route is another necessary step in fully accepting the journey. No matter how minor, celebrating accomplishments and milestones boosts motivation to keep going forward and maintains a good outlook. People get more confidence in their capacity to overcome challenges and accomplish their goals when they receive recognition for their efforts and accomplishments. In addition, cultivating a growth-oriented attitude that places an emphasis on learning and progress rather than rigid ideas of success or failure is another aspect of embracing the path of self-control. People who adopt a growth mindset see obstacles as chances for personal development and value criticism as a way to improve their abilities. They are aware that personal development is a lifetime endeavor and are dedicated to ongoing progress regardless of approval or acknowledgement from others. Essentially, accepting the path of self-discipline and self-control is a life-changing activity that calls for developing tolerance, empathy for oneself, and a growth-oriented perspective. Through the application of inquiry, kindness, and thankfulness towards problems, people can effectively manage the ups and downs of life with resilience, grace, and a clear sense of purpose. In the end, accepting the journey enables people to reach their greatest potential and lead more fulfilled, genuine, and meaningful lives. Understanding self-control, putting it into practice, and taking inspiration from psychological studies and philosophical traditions are the keys to mastering it. Through developing resilience, mindfulness, and self-awareness, we may harness the power of self-control to follow our objectives, overcome obstacles, and eventually live lives that are more meaningful and fulfilling. Subscribe now to join our community of self-improvement enthusiasts and embark on a transformative journey toward mastering self-control and personal discipline. Subscribe today and start your journey toward becoming the best version of yourself.